Hello there. So I got in the reissue of VC149, this R2-D2, and I just kind of want to talk about this figure and compare it. This is a video I've kind of been ahead of my mind for a while. Actually, when they said they were pipelining this figure, and I just wanted to talk about how just astromechs in general, and because I really feel that Hasbro needs to give us a better type of astromech. Let's start with the figure itself. This is VC149. Take a look at the card real quick. Classic, nice looking card here. I mean, it's very close to the vintage. I really like it. The R2-D2 looks really good on here. The back, obviously, of the VC149 and the newer backs with the image of the figure here. Granted, I would like to see like the vintage on there, figure, but this is what we get. But I like it. Don't get me wrong. For carded collectors, I think you'll be very, very happy with this one. The figure itself, well, this is the one that we get. And now, I guess if I remember right, I don't think I have the original VC149, but it was like a very dirty sculpt. And this one here is very clean. Again, but what I have an issue with is that it's not a bad figure. I don't want to say that, but I mean, it's the Build-A-Droid figure. I mean, if you look, I mean, you can pop the head right off. It's the Build-A-Droid figure. So, the third leg, instead of tucking into the figure, you just pull it out. It leaves this gaping hole. He's on wheels. Stands fairly well. I mean, don't get me wrong. So it's it's a good sculpt. I'm not saying it's bad. But I'm just saying I think they've done better in the past, and I'll show you what. They've done a lot better, and they've done a lot worse. This is kind of like the Build-A-Droid figures I look at as kind of a middle of the road. Now, when I say they've done a lot worse, you have this R2-D2 with sensor scope, which is the same sculpt as this piece of crap, R2-SHW. And they've been using this sculpt since like 2010, and I don't like it at all, because you have this stupid thing here. I mean, instead of the sensor scope like on the vintage figure, you have this thing that just pops out. Now, that's if you can't have this thing in and turn the droid's head. You cannot have this thing in and have the middle leg. It can't stand like that. You have to take this out. Then it leaves this hole here if he's looking forward. If you want to hide that, you have to turn his head, and it doesn't look right at all. It's got the little stuff here for the, if you're going to have like the bar, like a drink serving set. Now, if you want to have him in a position where like he's rolling on all three, it looks okay. But there's just so many flaws with this figure that I just can't stand it. I mean, I really do. It's just terrible. Okay, and then you have the Build-A-Droid sculpt, which we have here, is decent. Okay, I'm not saying it's a bad figure, but look at this one. This one is from the Black Series 3 3/4, and it's very similar to, say, the R4 P19 we got in the Revenge of the Sith. I think it was like a sneak preview figure. I could be wrong, but this one's actually really good. I mean, this R2, it was set up to have like the jets on the side, so he's got like the hole in the leg, and it's a minor gripe about it. But I mean, overall, the scale is good on this guy. You can turn his head. You get the clicks here, but also if you turn his head this way, you see, that brings out the leg, the center leg, so he can roll like this. Okay, and I think this is it's much sharper. I mean, just look at compared to these two. I mean, it's much sharper. I mean, the scales are about the same. I just like this one so much better. And I'll see, he's torn his head again, and he brings that up. It's a very clean, very nice sculpt for an astromech, and I don't know why they don't reuse this. It's not, I mean, it's like, this thing's terrible. I don't like it at all. You can't, like, you put them like this, Say he's, you know, you have a kid playing with the anti-American X-Wing, and they do a roll. Oh, look at that. You know, it's just, this thing doesn't stay. If this clicked in and stayed there, it would be better. But then again, like I said, the flaw is once this is in, you can't turn his head. It's junk. I don't really have much good to say about this figure. I just don't like it at all. This was, I think, is a far superior sculpt, and they don't use it anymore, and that drives me nuts. And I don't want to rant. And like I said, this is a decent figure. I'm just saying it could be better, and I'm really hoping that Hasbro will do. I mean, if you look at, like, say, the Black Series one, and I'm not saying we have to have the exact same thing, but if you look at, like, the Black Series R2-D2 that was recently released, it's fantastic. I mean, they're doing all their astromechs like that. And I don't need all those extra parts. They'd be nice, but I don't need it. I just need something that looks good like this. I mean, if they wanted to do something with the different attachments in here, they've done it in the past, and they're okay. But I just think they could do better. And, I mean, like I said, if you're a carded collector, you're going to love this figure. If you're a loose collector like me, not so much. But anyway, that's really all I have to say about this one. I hate to be negative about stuff. I mean, generally, like I said, it's okay. I think they should honestly do better than okay. It's just my opinion on this. But anyway, that's all I got for right now. Thanks so much for watching. If you are one of my subscribers already, thank you so much. I do greatly appreciate you. If you aren't a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Would love to have you. Definitely leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your opinion on this. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? All's good. Let's have a talk about it in the comments. Would love to hear from you. But that's it for now. And until then, next time, may the Force be with you.
Remember, the Force will be with you always. The Force will be with you.